Hi, welcome to Hoops Junction. Vladimir here, and today we're going to be talking about Kevin Durant signing to the Golden State Warriors. I first want to start this off by saying this. I think that the criticism of Kevin Durant is fair. I think people just have a right to be upset. But at the same time, and let me start by saying this as well, I don't agree with him going to the Golden State Warriors. But I already foresaw this. Kevin Durant was not going to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder and go play for a team that might win a title, that he might have to catapult for a title. He was going to go to a team that was ultimately on the either ready to win a title or just maybe a few minute pieces away from winning a title. He wasn't going to go to the Knicks. He wasn't going to go to Miami. He wasn't going to go to the Wizards. He was going to go to the Spurs, Warriors, or the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it was not a good fit for him. They just can't play together. I don't know what it is. They had a 3-1 lead, and they both choked. But even if they didn't choke, you don't blow a 3-1 lead. That's like an epic collapse. Just like what the Golden State Warriors did. That's an epic collapse as well. But let's be clear here. All of this is the weakest move. This is like the most craziest thing. I've never seen a superstar do this before or go team up. Let's cut all that out. Let's cut all that out. And let's not try to make any distinction between him and LeBron James. We can't say, oh, LeBron didn't go team up with the Celtics. You know, he didn't go team up with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. No, he didn't team up with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. You know who he teamed up with? He teamed up with the third greatest shooting guard of all time, Dwayne Wade. He teamed up with also Chris Bosh. Okay? So let's not sit here and say, well, Durant is worse because he was up 3-1. He could have. Let's not do that. To me, it's like this. A sin is a sin. Teaming up is teaming up. You know, like if a guy cheats on his girlfriend with her best friend, or he cheats on her with her sister, he still cheated. It doesn't matter how he went about doing it. He still cheated. And if Durant takes the easy way out with going to the Warriors, or LeBron takes the easy way out when going to play with the Heat, they still took the easy way out. I don't like all these comparisons and all these like LeBron fans all of a sudden like, oh, you know, LeBron did it this way. Let's think about this. If LeBron is allowed, if LeBron has no reproach, if LeBron could go to the Miami Heat, he could set up press conferences, and he could say he's going to win 10 championships with the Heat and yada, yada, yada. What makes you think that the second or third best player in the NBA, Kevin Durant, doesn't have the same right? It's called free agency for a reason. He's free. He's a free agent. He could sign wherever he wanted. He could, you know what he could have did? He could have took his pen and paper. He could have signed in Turkey. He could have did whatever he wanted. So, although it is a sucker move or whatever, you can't necessarily act like this is the first time it's been done, or the first time a player has gone to play with the competition or whatever the case is. Look, not too long ago, Ray Allen signed with the Heat. I mean, these guys were in conference finals battling it out. You know what I'm saying? And he went and signed with the Heat inexplicably. And he turned down more money to go play with the Heat. So that being said, it's like, let's stop acting like this has never happened before. Let's stop making it such a big deal. I'm going to tell you what happened. LeBron opened up the floodgates for all this stuff. And I would even say maybe the Lakers opened up the floodgates when they had Karl Malone and Gary Payton, but those guys weren't in their prime. But LeBron initially, he set the precedent for this. So this is nothing new. When Kevin Durant, before the season was over, I already told you guys he was not going back to the Thunder. He said it was a basketball decision. As soon as I heard basketball decision, you know what I thought? What are the best basketball decisions in the NBA? You want to go play alongside LeBron? No, that's not going to happen. I don't know. For some reason, there's some friction between their relationship. But that's not going to happen. You're going to go, where else is the best basketball thing? The best basketball situation? The Spurs. Spurs are great, but the only thing with the Spurs is they don't have youth. Next best place to play is a team that went 73-9 last year. They lost in the NBA Finals. We almost beat them. But they came back and beat us miraculously. I choked. My boy Westbrook choked as well. Let's not forget they won the championship the year before last too. What? They have a really good coach. Who? Of course he was gonna go to the Warriors. That's the best basketball situation out there. If you just use common sense, even if your pride doesn't allow you to do it, if you can go play in a place where the game's gonna be easier for you, why wouldn't you go? I mean, David West went to the Spurs. Game was easier for him. Even though they didn't win, it was easier for him. Ray Allen went to go play with LeBron. The game was easier for him. Kevin Love did the same thing. Game was easier for him. So, all of this negativity and it's like people are treating this as if this is the first time this has happened. And then other people are saying, well, and I can understand this. Well, they had a 3-1 lead. He's the alpha dog. He's going to go to a team where he's not going to be the alpha dog anymore. It's going to be Stephen Curry's team or whatever the case is. Listen, just in case you guys have forgotten, the Warriors, it's not like it's anybody's team. Whoever has the hot hand that night, they go in. They keep feeding that guy. Klay Thompson had a quarter, 37 points in the quarter. They kept feeding him. You know, in Game 6 against Oklahoma City, Klay Thompson went off for 45. They kept feeding him. Curry, whenever he goes up, they feed him. It's not like, yes, they have more options and whatever the case is, but the ball doesn't stick. So all of this talk about he's the alpha dog and now he's going here, it's been done before. So first of all, let's stop acting surprised. Let's stop acting surprised. It's been done before by a player that's better than KD. So why can't KD do it? It's like that's crazy. And another thing is we keep forgetting, like, you know, in the past, there have been multiple teams, like the Celtics. They had Parrish, Bird, McHale. I mean, the Lakers had Magic, Worthy, Scott, Kareem. I mean, there's 4 stars right there, 4 Hall of Famers. So it's not like it hasn't been done. And the thing is, the one thing that I can say that I don't think everybody's not giving the kid enough credit about, he didn't do a press conference. He didn't lead anybody on. He told people, I'll make a decision in 36 hours. He made his decision. He didn't call Stephen Curry and say, hey, I want to play with you. Let's go do this. He didn't do that. He was respectful to everybody, and everybody's jumping down his throat. And it's just a shame, like, people are trying to categorize it. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody shooting a person, and you're saying, like, well, I shot him once, I didn't shoot him twice. You still shot the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't even matter. Like, all these attempts at making logic out of this is no need to, because this is what the NBA is about now. These guys, it's not like back in the day when Michael Jordan wanted to beat Magic. It's not when Larry Bird wanted to beat Magic Johnson. It's not like when Kareem wanted to go at Wilt's head. These guys are friends now. They're friendly. They go out to eat together. They have the same agents. I mean, even LeBron James and Draymond Green. LeBron James had one of the weakest moves in the NBA Finals, snitching on somebody on the mic. And mind you, they have a business relationship together. These guys, there's no honor anymore. There's all of that NBA stuff that we used to value, the fights, the rivalries, the hard hits, I'll always hate this guy, I'll never like this guy, I'll never sit down with this guy. That's all dead. That's my version of the NBA. That's my dad's version of the NBA. That's not these kids' version of the NBA anymore, man. These guys, they want to win championships. They see the fact that how hard, not only how hard it is to win a championship, but how hard people go at people. Like, people have been, think about this. LeBron James, he has 3 titles. If he doesn't go to Miami to win 2, people are looking at him as like one of the biggest bust players of all time. And the thing is, he won a championship in Cleveland. If he loses this past NBA Finals, which he should have, they were down 3-1. If he loses that NBA Finals, guess what? You guys are ragging on LeBron the entire year. So Kevin Durant is looking at that. He's looking at himself. He's like, I'm 27. I'm right at that age where LeBron, he was getting criticized for not winning, and every year we're criticizing Durant for not winning. All the best players in the NBA, they're getting hammered for not winning championships, and it's kind of scary because there are better players than these guys that never won a championship. Reggie Miller never won a championship. You'll never see me sit here and say Reggie Miller wasn't one of the best shooters, one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Charles Barkley never won a chip. One of the best players to ever play the game. But these guys today, it's like, if you don't win a championship, you're no good. So that pressure, along with him, you know, making a weak decision or tapping out or succumbing to the pressure, I mean, it's a no-brainer for somebody in these days. Why do I want to go to a team? Why would Kevin Durant stay on a team that's cheap for number one? They didn't want to pay James Harden, let him go. All right? They've been trying to stay under the cap, They could have easily went out and got David West, never got him. When Kevin Love was in the bidding war to go to Cleveland, they could have easily made a trade to get Kevin Love. Never even tried. It's just like, even if, like, let's just say their core is okay, they never make those efforts because they want to stay well below the cap. They don't want to pay a tax and things of that nature. Why would he stay there? Think about this. LeBron James, he goes to Miami. They keep bringing in pieces. Reese's Pieces. He goes to Cleveland. Even though they didn't even win the year before last, they brought in major pieces. They traded, got Love. They did everything they had to do for him. Oklahoma City Thunder, they're like they're like one of the first franchises. They have the second or third best player in the league right now. They will not spend any money. They brought in Cantor, Adams. Okay, what about your bench? They didn't want to pay DJ Augustine to be a backup point guard. He had to go somewhere else. I mean, they don't want to spend money. And if they don't want to spend money and bring them the pieces, even though they were up 3-1 or whatever the case may be, it's just disheartening. He knows in his heart of hearts. Even let's just say they win. They beat the Warriors this year. They go play Cleveland, they're going to lose. You know why they're going to lose? It's because their team is only predicated on two people, Kevin Durant and Westbrook. If those guys aren't getting their players easy shots, it's not happening. They needed a third guy. Ibaka's not that third guy. If they would have had Harden, they could have probably went back to the finals and won NBA. They could have probably won 2 championships, I would say. And we probably would never see this phenomenon with the Warriors, period. But they just don't want to spend money. So it's a no-brainer for him to leave. Now, him going to the Warriors, I understand, like, it's chops. And, you know, I hate watching chops. I hate it. I hate it as well. But the thing is, let's not sit here and act like when LeBron went to the Miami Heat, it wasn't chops. Let's stop it. They won 33 games in a row the year that they beat the Spurs. Let's stop it. Let's stop acting like we haven't seen this scenario before. Let's just cut it out. Let's just cut it out, man. I think, like, everybody's holding Kevin Durant to such a high pedestal. For what? For what? I don't hold any of these guys on a high pedestal. All these NBA players are unpredictable. They all suffer from one thing. A lot of them lack heart. A lot of them lack a lot of respect. A lot of them lacked the honor that was passed down from a lot of the players before. You know what I'm saying? Like even when Reggie's like, I never won a ring before, he's not embarrassed. It hurts him, but he's not embarrassed because everybody he lost a ring to, Kobe, Jordan, that's if you lose to the best of the best, period, there's nothing to be mad about because you played amongst the best and you just came up short because they were better than you. But like everybody's trying to hold Kevin Durant to some high mark or whatever. When you think about this, he hasn't been to the NBA Finals since 2010. It's been six years. Hasn't been to the NBA Finals. And I don't even want to hear how, you know, because think about this. People already are saying, like, LeBron James is one of the best players of all time. And then when people say Durant is, like, a great player, they'll be like, oh, the year he won the MVP, shouldn't have won it. Because that's what they'll do to you because you don't have a ring. And he succumbed to the pressure. But I'm not gonna sit here. I'm disappointed in him making the decision that he made, but I saw it coming. And you guys saw it coming as well. Everybody saw it coming. You already saw the body language. You already saw how they were acting. They were up 3-1 every game. It was like they kept arguing with each other. You already saw, like, people were saying that it was Russell Westbrook's team. He was the best player on the Thunder. And he was. I'm not going to even front. He was the best player because he was making plays like crazy. But right then and there, it was a lack of awareness on both of those guys' parts. They didn't realize how good they could actually be as a tandem. And now Durant is going somewhere else. He's going somewhere else where there's a better infrastructure. He's going somewhere else where they're going to spend more money. He's going somewhere else where it's better basketball culture. It's a better basketball culture. The Thunder have a college culture. Warriors have a championship culture. They've been to 2 NBA finals every past 2 years. They're 1-1. And they're dying to go back. And that's where he's going to go. Yes, you could say he's riding a bandwagon, yada, yada, yada. That's fine. That's fine. But I don't want us to sit here and act like these guys haven't been teaming up for years now. I mean, Kevin Love going to the Cavs, that's teaming up. See what I'm saying? All of that stuff, it's teaming up, man. It's like, trades and everything. All of that. I mean, it was a trade, but I'm trying to tell you is like, it's teaming up. It's not like it's not like we could hold one guy to one standard and another guy to another standard. We got to stop doing that. The players are players. They're going to make moves. They're free agents. They're going to sign where they want to sign. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be surprised. Think about this. And you're hearing it first from Hoops Junction right here. Vlad from Hoops Junction. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cleveland Cavaliers, over the offseason, they make a trade. They trade for Melo. And they trade Love to the Knicks. And they get Melo. Now what are you going to say? Are you going to be upset about that as well? That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to stop. We got to get away from being upset about all of this foolery that's been going on. It's been going on for like the past 6 years. All these guys are teaming up. All these guys are signing with each other. All these guys are meeting up, having secret meetings. At least in this case, he didn't meet up with anybody. The worst thing you could say about him is he's going to side with the competition. He's going to play with a team that took him out. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Ray Allen did the same thing. What are you going to say? Oh, well, Ray Allen wasn't in his prime. It doesn't matter. Like, when Ray Allen did what he did, that was a sucker move to me, too. I love Ray, though, so I'm not going to hold it against him. Just like I'm not going to hold it against Kevin Durant. When LeBron did what he did, I was very disappointed. But guess what? When they won championships, all was forgotten. And in this case, what I'm telling you guys right now is the more memes that people put up, the more hate that people show, the more disappointment that people express. This is what you're doing. There's a small fire brewing with Kevin Durant. You're pouring gasoline on his flame. Not only pouring gasoline on his flame, you're pouring gasoline on the Warriors' flame. They're going to come out next year. They're going to have a full training camp, mind you. They're going to play. They're not going to win all those games. They're not going to go 73-9 again. But they're going to play some tremendous basketball. You can't double anybody. You can't double anybody. The only thing that I think is going against the Warriors now is they don't have bigs. But they can always pick up a bad big or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? They could, pay them $5 million, whatever. Or even go into luxury tax and get somebody pretty good. But right now, they're in the driver's seat. It's not an automatic championship. I'm never gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Because even with the Heat, the first year they lost, and the last year they lost. But these guys are all young. They have great tutelage and Steve Kerr. The sky's the limit for these guys. If you want to think about it, barring injury, we could be seeing this team go to 4 straight finals. Just like the way that LeBron went to 4 straight with Miami, they could go to 2 straight finals. Because they're that potent. And the more you guys hate and the more you guys express disappointment, like you've never seen this done before, you're going to see some stuff that's never been done before when they get on the court. And it's gonna be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I'm thinking about it. Kevin Durant could shoot 3. You just got rid of Harrison Barnes. You put a guy that could be a small forward or your power forward, whatever the case is. He could play your small forward. Draymond Green could play your power forward. You just sticking a big in there to rebound the ball. I mean, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. And it is chops. It's chops. I don't like seeing this, but I don't like also everybody being a hypocrite. Everybody's been a hypocrite. They're acting like it's never been done before. They're trying to justify what LeBron did and say, oh no, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And I don't even just blame LeBron. I mean, like, Chris Bosh, like, you could have said, no, I'm not doing that. Dwayne Wade, you could have said, like, nah, we gotta keep competitive balance. So it's that's what it is. It's different. Because they called each other. Kevin Durant didn't call anybody, ladies and gentlemen. He just made a decision to go where he feels like he has the best chance to play well and win the title. I understand your frustration. But that's the problem with fans. You put these guys on pedestals as if they can do no wrong, like as if you know them. You don't know these guys. You don't know what drives them. You don't know what their goals are. You don't know anything about them. All you know is that they play basketball and they wear a number on their chest. See what I'm saying? You don't know these guys. So stop acting as if you know his character, or you know LeBron's character, you know Stephen Curry's character. Like, you don't know these guys. And these guys are telling you, like, man, I don't bump that. If I win a title, if I win 2 titles, what are you guys gonna? You guys can't say nothing about me. Can't say nothing about me. Same thing with like LeBron right now. Nobody can really say anything about him. Like, he's Teflon. Every year he wins a championship, everywhere he wins a championship, he's Teflon. Like, you can't talk about him. Like, Curry lost, you're gonna rag on him. But if he wins next year, you can't talk about him. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just about rings. Like, these guys want rings. They're going about it in a way that I would never go about. If I were in their shoes, I wouldn't go about it. I would just try to get better every year. But maybe to them it's just like, I'm getting better, but my organization ain't helping me. Or I'm getting better, but I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. And that's what happens. The pressure to win a championship is real out here. Like, even like the bums, like, as soon as they win a title, they're on ESPN. They're doing interviews. They're breaking down videos. They're doing all this stuff that people that never won a title will never. They're getting so many opportunities just because they have a championship. So, I mean, I saw it coming. That's why I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. I'm not like boo-hooing about it. You guys, you saw it coming. You know he wasn't staying. Anywhere else he would have went to Miami. There could have been some sort of chops because they would have brought in somebody else even bigger. They would have got rid of Bosh and brought in somebody even bigger. Boom. So that's chops. He goes to the Knicks, plays with Melo. Now what everything Melo, Noah, everything like that. That's chops. He goes to San Antonio Spurs, plays with Tim Duncan, LaMarcus Aldridge, all those guys. That's chops. If he would have went to the Trailblazers, that's chops. Everything is chops. So, because Kevin Durant is like one of those once-in-a-lifetime players where he either has to stay where he is or he has to go to a team that's awful. He can't go to a team that's pretty good because then we'll always find something to say that he teamed up. It's just like with LeBron. Like, LeBron is that transcendent of a player. He had to go back to Cleveland. He couldn't like go travel somewhere else and play. He couldn't do it because we will always say like he's title chasing, which he always has been and he always will be. But it's a different kind of title chasing. Because if you look at Kobe, you look at Tim Duncan, they stayed in one place and let everybody come to them. These guys have been traveling. LeBron, he's did the same thing. He just did it in a different way. He didn't team up with the Boston Celtics, but to me, he teamed up with somebody better than the Celtics because Dwayne Wade was better than Ray Allen. LeBron James was better than Paul Pierce. And only Kevin Garnett, I think, would say had the advantage, and even then he was dwindling down as one of the star players in the NBA. So all of this, being upset, memes, all this stuff, remember these memes because I don't want to see you guys cheering for him. Do not, if you're going to boo him now, if you're going to hate on him now, boo him and hate on him later. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be upset now, don't wait till they get a chip and then say like, oh, you know what, it is what it is. Don't do that. Don't do that. The fans are fickle. The fans are fickle, but not only the fans are fickle, the players are fickle. These guys are jumping ship to get rings. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You could say it's disgusting. It's the weakest. Stephen A. said it's the weakest thing. Like we haven't seen Ray Allen go play with LeBron James. Like we ain't see LeBron James go team up with Dwayne Wade. Like come on. Like let's stop it. Let's stop trying to outweigh a sin. Say this sin is bigger than this sin. Say that fallacy is bigger than this one. It is what it is. You cheat. If you cheat, you cheat. It doesn't matter if you cheated a little bit or if you cheated big time. You're still labeled a cheater. If you take the easy way out, you took the easy way out. It doesn't matter if it was a small easy way out or a huge easy way out. People are gonna lose respect for you at all times. Everybody's saying they lost all respect for him. I lost respect for him in this regard. The fact that he's killing our competition. And we're not going to get to see those rivalry games, OKC and the Warriors. I lost respect for him in this regard. That he had to go team up. Because I hate when guys team up, period. I think that's a sucker move. Even if you win a title, it's like, you guys teamed up, man. Like, if you had to play against, like, Jordan and Pippen, and they never teamed up with nobody else. Who they had? The best player they had was Horace Grant, Steve Kerr, like Tony Kukoc. Oh, Tony Kukoc, great player, but he wasn't like out of this world like how these guys are teaming up. Like this Curry, Clay, and Durant and Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. This five right here. They're gonna be running things, man. This is like, this is like when Cash Money was signing everybody. This is like when Rockefeller had State Property, Dipset, and Twister. This is crazy. This is crazy. And all the precedents were set by King James himself. And I know he's not gonna criticize KD. A lot of the guys ain't gonna criticize KD because they all teamed up anyway. So a lot of guys ain't gonna say nothing. They're not, and if they open their mouths, they're being hypocrites. Just like all these people that are upset about it, but they were happy when the Heat was playing, you're being a hypocrite. You're just being a hypocrite. So let's call a spade a spade. He took the easy way out, but he's not the first player to ever do so. He's not going to be the last. Guess what? Melo might go to Cleveland. And, you never know. Like, anything could happen. Anything can happen in the NBA. And that's what it is what it is. It is what it is. We've seen it with the New York Yankees. All the players will go sign with the Yankees. They were taking the easy way out. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter, man. This is not your daddy's NBA anymore. This is not our generation NBA anymore. It's the younger generation. These guys want to team up. They want to play with each other. They want to win titles, man. They don't want to be sitting here trying to figure out how to become better. They don't care about getting better. They care about getting on a better team. And that's been the theme. That's been the theme the last 6 years. They want to be on the... Since, I'll say the only exception, Spurs, Warriors, and Mavs. Other than that, the Heat, Cleveland, all those teams right there, it's always been about being on a better team. Even in Cleveland, they won this year. This year, they weren't supposed to win the championship, but they won because they did their thing and they came back. But even then, they were trying to find an edge, trying to get another player, trying to bring somebody in. I'm bringing in Rachel Jefferson. I'm bringing in this guy. They brought in Shannon Fry. It's all about getting on a better team with these guys. They don't want to get better. Think about this. Jordan, Magic, Bird, all those guys got better to win a championship. All these guys, you know what they're doing? They're teaming up to win a championship. So it's not our daddy's NBA anymore. Let's get over it. Let's not put Kevin Durant on a pedestal. Let's not crucify him anymore because he knows what he did was wrong. But at the end of the day, it's not our place to keep pointing out that it's wrong because he's not the first player to do something like this. And he won't be the last. And players that are better than him have done it. So let's cut it out. Let's cut the crap, man. Let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. You saw it coming. Don't get upset now. It's like when a girl's getting ready to dump you. You know, you don't call her, you don't take her out, and she's not answering your calls, and she's just answering you like, whatever. You guys saw Pursuit of Happiness. He was like, baby, I'm gonna make this better. She was like, whatever. He's like, no, baby, I'm gonna make this better. Whatever. That's what it is. Saw it coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Let me know what makes you the most upset about this Kevin Durant signing. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.